Hi students, today I'm going to introduce in this case what the ITEP test structure would be, what we're going to be working with in the next following weeks, 4 weeks specifically. Okay, so the ITEP Academic Plus, it has several purposes. The first one would be to evaluate students' English ability for college and university admission purposes. It also has a purpose to place students in English language programs, or it can also be used to perform pre and post course assessment. One of its purposes, too, would be to qualify candidates for scholarships and exchange program acceptance. And the last one would be to evaluate language proficiency for placement. So this type of text is an online test. I'm sorry, and in this case, well, what are the basic tools that you need in the it would be a computer with internet access and microphone set, okay? Because you will be recording yourself during the speaking evaluation, and you also need in this case headphones to be able to understand or hear the listening section. So this test consists in evaluating 5 different skills, which would be grammar, listening, reading, writing, and speaking. The total exam time would be of 90 minutes, and it includes all 5 sections. So, how are these sections evaluated and what do they consist in? So, the first part would be the grammar section. It will take up 10 minutes and it'll be divided into 2 parts. The first part would be the completing sentences, which means you will be filling in the blanks of 13 questions. Okay. The second one would be identifying the mistake, and it has 12 questions. Okay. They're all in multiple choice. The listening section will be of 20 minutes and it's divided into 3 parts. The first part, which will have 4 multiple option questions, will be of 4 short conversations. Then there's going to be a 2 to 3 minute audio, and with for you to fill out in this case 4 multiple choice questions. The last one would be a 4 minute lecture. It's going to be a little longer, so you will have to pay attention, and I advise you to take notes in this case because there's a lot of information given. It'll be to complete in this case 9 multiple choice questions, so you will have to pay attention very carefully to be able to complete the whole section. And then there's the reading part. The reading part will take up 20 minutes too, and it'll be divided into 2 parts. The first part will be of a text that's around 250 words. This section will cover 4 multiple choice questions, and then the second one, which will be longer, it'll be of 450 words, and it'll be to complete 6 multiple choice questions. Okay, so this is what covers grammar, listening, and reading. And then we have the production part, which will be writing. It'll take you up to 25 minutes and it'll be divided into 2 parts. The first part will be to cover an answer of up to 50 to 75 words. It'll be depending on the topic and what they give you. The second one will be of 175 to 225 words. In this case, it'll be to support your arguments. It'll be a little more formal. It'll take up more space because you're giving complete ideas. Okay. And then there's the speaking part. This one will take you up to 5 minutes and it'll be divided into 2 parts. You will be giving a minute in this case for a warm up section. Okay. The listen and reading, well, what will you do? Listen and read a short question. Then you will give a spoken answer. And then the second part, which will be a little longer, you will listen to a debate and then you will have to determine whether you're in favor or against the idea. And logically, well, you have to give a spoken answer and debate in this case what it all consists in. So, how do you answer the test? During the grammar, listening, and reading sections, you will be clicking, in this case, selecting one of the 4 options that will be given to you. It'll be all in multiple questions. Then there's going to be the writing samples, which will be written directly into a text input field. And finally, the speaking section, you will be talking and recording yourself, the different speech samples with your headphones and your microphones into the examinee's computer, and they will be, well, as I said, they will be recorded. Then there's the grading part. Okay, so the multiple choice section, which is the grammar, listening, and reading, it will be evaluated by ITEP software. Okay, but then the English and the English writing and speaking sections, they will be evaluated by a native speaking ESL trained professional. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. It will be someone who actually knows about the test. And once you have the test, well, there will be a score logically. This type of exam, it ranges from 0 to 6 with zero point 0.1 level increments, as well as individual section scores based on standardized rubric. Then we have the scored linguistic sub-skill sections, which give you a little more information about each of the skills. And so the first level, or the highest level, which ranges from 5.5 to 6, is considered the mastery, which is a C2 level. And then we have the 4.5 to 5.4, which is considered the advanced section, and it covers it covers the C1 level. Then we have the 3.5 to 4.4, which is the upper intermediate, and it is the B2 level. We have the 2.5 to 3.4 intermediate level, which is a B1. Then we have the 2.0 to 2.4, and it's considered the elementary level, which is an A2. And the basic one would be the beginner, with ranging from 0 to 1.9. It's an A1. Okay. And in this case, if you need to identify what is the equivalence in the different examinations that there are to evaluate the English language skill, we have the ITEP, we have the CEFR, we have the TOEFL, the IELTS, the PTA. So it'll depend on which one you want to identify or to compare it to, for you to be able to have this rubric, okay, with the equivalences. I don't know if this solves all of your doubts, but I sure hope it does. It's a general, in this case, explanation. If there are any specific questions, then I will ask you to send a message, and I will try to solve it as soon as possible. Thank you.